Hey ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and the avalanche of disastrous reviews being given to the ABC News moderators of the Donald Trump and Kamala Harris debate, it just got worse, and possibly the worst condemnation they could get from the co-chair of the Presidential Debates Commission. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And if you're not watching us on YouTube, guys, please check the address in the lower right-hand corner. It's youtube.com/@explainamerica. When you get there, hit subscribe absolutely free. It really helps us out. So, the head or the co-chair of the Presidential Debates Commission was giving an interview, and he was talking about the job that was done by the ABC debate moderators. Now, this is a guy who's been involved with this for over 3 decades. And he explained what they teach moderators to do, which is you don't fact check. It's a debate between the two candidates. If they want to fact check each other, they can, but you don't do that. You certainly don't pick sides, and you certainly don't try to bury one candidate and assist the other. Well, according to him, that's exactly what happened at the ABC debate. According to me, that's exactly what happened at the ABC debate. According to most of you, that's what happened at the ABC debate. It was absolutely shameful. It was a black mark, a stain on the news industry, on journalism, on debates. It's going to go down as one of the most biased gang assault debates in the history of this nation by a moderator who absolutely despises Trump and David Muir, and another moderator, Lindsay Davis, who is a sorority sister of Kamala Harris. Headed by an ABC News president who introduced Kamala Harris to her husband, Doug Emhoff. This thing was so lopsided. It's like playing a baseball game in the opposing park and you're not even given bats. I mean, that's what happened here. And then they call it fair. I want you to listen to what this man had to say because it's very insightful. And then let me know what you think in the comments.
The co-founder and co-chairman of the Nonpartisan Commission on Presidential Debates, CPD, Frank J. Fahrenkopf Jr. joins me. Good evening, sir. And what happened that these debates by CPD, which have been going on for decades, which for the few bumps in the road, but now, why are the networks now doing these?
I think they want to make a couple of bucks. That's one of the reasons they took it over. It really came about when we got a letter in early June from the White House saying that President Biden would not participate in any debate conducted by the commission. Donald Trump had already indicated he would debate with us if we were going forward. We had already scheduled 4 debates with the vice presidential in colleges across the country. But once that came to a crash with the Bidens not willing to participate, then they went to CNN with a take it or leave it plan. They got to dictate the format, totally different format than we ever used, and also dictate who the moderators were and how it was to be conducted. And then we did 90 minutes, as you know, Greta, without interruption, no ads of any sort. So they really changed the whole nature of things. And I was really quite surprised when former President Trump agreed to this early on, to this totally different way to go.
Well, what was in it really for? I mean, President Biden did it first. I mean, he said that he wanted CNN. He gets to determine he gets to fuss about whether they're microphones or not microphones. He gets to fuss about the format. I mean, there weren't a lot. I don't remember any complaints about the CPD. I mean, there may have been from time to time some issues, but this does seem like a dramatic change. And I realize why the networks want the money, but I don't get why President Biden was so forceful about it.
My guess is, and I don't know. I don't know. You'd have to ask that little small group that were in the White House advising him on this matter. I think it may have been that they knew our debates would require the president to stand there for 90 minutes and spend 15 minutes discussing in detail various subjects. And I guess they felt that perhaps, and again, I don't know this from my own knowledge, I'm just guessing this. So they therefore thought if they could put him in a debate format where he only has to go for 2 minutes on a subject, maybe with a 1-minute response, that would be more in his favor. I have to believe that was the motivation.
to tell you, though, that it really is sort of disheartening to hear that, because the American people want transparency, want a fair debate. They don't want people gaming. And now you hear that the networks are sort of up to their eyeballs in sort of, whether it's tilting it one way or another in order to get the debates because there's money. I mean, it's rather disheartening, because this is
and I thought that
democracy
one
and
of the things that really shocked me last night was the way the moderators handled it. We always explain to our moderators, and we've done 33 of those, Greta, starting back in 1988, that their job is to be facilitators. They're not to get involved themselves. It's different than if you had someone on your show and you asked them a question and they answered in a different way than they said a month before. You would correct them. But moderators are not supposed to do that. A debate is between the candidates, not a debate between the candidate and the moderators. And these moderators, as far as I was concerned, it was the worst performance that I've seen. And as I said, I've done 33 of these things over the years. I don't know what their thoughts were, but they clearly were oversized, I think, on the way they treated the former president and the way they treated the present vice president. I think they bent backwards to help her.
Frank Fahrenkopf, thank you very much for joining me, sir. And I hope that the two parties come to their senses, if not by the end of this term, in 4 years. But anyway, sir, because it's always worked and it's been a great service. Thank you.
Thank you, Greta.
Coming up at our most